Uh, Today in this session, we'll see about the power quality standard 1159. When we talk about the power quality or quality of power, then we have to refer the various standards which are used for the monitoring of the quality of the power. So, in this session, we'll see the overview of IEEE standard 1159. This standard is nothing the recommended practice. It is IEEE recommended practice for monitoring of electrical power. So in this presentation, we will see about the objective of the user standard, then what the standard is about, then introduction about the standard, then what is the scope and what is the purpose of the standard, and the various definitions which are used when we talk about the power quality. So objective of this presentation is to understand the power quality and the standards used for the power quality. There are various standards which are used, but in this session or in this presentation, we will see about the IEEE standard 1159. So in this standard, the monitoring of electrical characteristics of single phase and polyphase AC power systems is encompassed in the standard. It includes consistent descriptions of conducted electromagnetic phenomena occurring on power systems, and the standard describes nominal conditions and deviations from these nominal conditions that may originate within the source of supply or load equipment, or may originate from the interactions between the source and the load. Also, the standard discusses power quality monitoring devices, application techniques, and the interpretation of the results which are obtained. So, this standard provides useful information in power quality monitoring projects. The standard provides the definitions, summaries, and characterization of typical power quality phenomena that lead to power quality problems. So, in this standard, the discussion on the monitoring instruments and selection of the proper instrument or the task, which is followed by the information on the application of the monitors, is provided. That also includes safety, locations to monitor, means where this power quality is to monitor, at what location is to monitor, that location is suggest, then sensing inputs, then measurements, thresholds, etc. Now, after the monitoring period is completed, there is information on validating the data, extracting the critical data, and interpreting both summaries and critical. Now, what is the scope of this standard? Now, this standard focuses the monitoring of characteristics of electric power systems. It includes consistent description of conducted electromagnetic phenomena occurring on the power system. The standard also presents definition of nominal conditions and deviations from the nominal conditions that may originate within the source of supply or load equipment may originate from the interactions between the source and load. This standard also discusses measurement techniques, application techniques, and the implementation of the monitoring results. Now, purpose of this standard is to provide the consistent set of terms and definitions for describing power quality phenomena. Now, an understanding of how power quality phenomena affects the power system and end-use equipment is required in order to make monitoring useful. Proper measuring techniques are required to safely obtain useful accurate data. Appropriate location of monitors, systematic studies, and interpretation of the results that will enhance the value of power quality monitoring. The purpose of this standard or this recommended practice is to assist user as well as equipment and software manufacturers and also vendors by describing the techniques for defining, measuring, quantifying, and interpreting electromagnetic phenomena on the power systems. So this is the purpose of the standard 1159. Now, for this purpose, the various terms or we can say definitions are applied. The IEEE standard gives some definitions here. We will see one by one. Now, first one is flicker. Now, flicker is nothing but the subjective impression of fluctuating luminance caused by voltage fluctuations. The next is fundamental component. The component of an order 1 of the Fourier series of a periodic quantity. For example, here 50 Hz or 60 Hz, etc. That is the fundamental frequency. Now, imbalance. Imbalance may be of voltage or maybe of current. And qualities given in this standard is the ratio of the negative sequence component to the positive sequence component, usually expressed as a percentage. That is unbalance regarding voltage or current. Now, next is impulsive transient. It is a sudden non-power frequency change in the steady state condition of voltage or current that is unidirectional in polarity. That is primarily it is either positive or negative. The next is instantaneous. Now, when used to quantify the duration of a short duration group mean square, that is RMS, variation as a modifier refers to a time range from 0.5 cycle to 30 cycles of the power frequency. That is the instantaneous. Then next is interface. The term interface used here is a generic use of the word and can be an external interface such as between transducer's output and the instrument's input terminals. An internal interface such as between the data acquisition section of the instrument and the data storage section. Or a user interface such as a graphical user interface, etc. Next comes the interharmonic. Interharmonic component. It is the frequency component of a periodic quantity that is not an integer multiple of the frequency at which the supply system is operating. That is, here the 60 Hz. So, harmonics are the integer multiples, that is 30 Hz, 40 Hz, etc. If the frequency component is not an integer multiple, that is having the value between these integer values that are called as interharmonic. And next is long duration low root mean square variation. It is the variation of the RMS value of the voltage or current from the nominal for a time greater than 1 minute. This term is usually described using a modifier indicating the magnitude of a voltage variation. That is, for example, under voltage, over voltage, or we can say voltage interruption. So next is momentary interruption. A type of short duration loop mean square voltage variation where the complete loss of voltage on one or more phase conductors is for a time period between 0.5 cycles and 3 cycles. So that is called as momentary interruption. Next is noise curve. The artifact of the measuring system, including the transducers, input amplifiers, analog to digital converters, etc., which is approximately 1% of the nominal. So next is root mean square variation. This term often used to express a variation in the RMS value of a voltage or current measurement from the nominal value. Now, momentary interruption, temporary interruption, and sustained interruption. Next definition is about the short duration root mean square variation. It is the variation of the RMS value of the voltage or current of the nominal for a time greater than 0.5 cycles of the power frequency but less than or equal to 1 minute. When the RMS variation is voltage, it can be further described using modifier indicating the magnitude of voltage variation. See, that is solar interruption. And possibly a modifier indicator indicating the duration of the variation. That is momentary or temporary. So next definition is sustained interruption. It is a type of long duration RMS voltage variation where the complete loss of voltage on one or more phase conductors and is for the time greater than 1 minute. Next is temporary interruption. A type of short duration RMS variation where the complete loss of voltage on one or more phase conductors is for a time period between 3 cycles and 1 minute. Then total interharmonic distortion. It is the ratio of RMS of the harmonic content considering interharmonic components up to the 50th order and specifically excluding harmonics expressed as a percent of the conductance. Interharmonic components of order greater than 50 may included in this. Next is voltage. It is a variation of the RMS or peak value of voltage between two consecutive levels sustained for definite but unspecified durations. And next is voltage fluctuation. So it is a series of voltage changes or a cyclical variation of the voltage envelope. Next is voltage interruption. A series of voltage interruption, the disappearance of the supply voltage on one or more phases, and it is usually qualified by an additional term indicating the duration of the interruption, temporary or sustained. In low distortion, a A steady state deviation from an ideal sine wave of power is principally characterized by the spectral content of the deviation. So these are the various definitions which are given in the IEEE standard 1159. So this standard is used for the monitoring of the power quality. So the reference and courtesy is that this standard is a by transition legislation company. Thanks and thank you for watching the video.